Hello everybody, what's up? Andy here. Not doing Kill Team today, I'm doing Age of Sigmar, specifically the points costs in the Spearhead boxes. So obviously I was not sent Skaven Tide, all good. I've already pre-ordered it, it's on the way. I've also pre-ordered the General's Handbook and some other specific faction packs for factions that I already have and planning to collect and play. However, something that's I've been really wanting to do a Sigmar video talking about how I felt like the content, for whatever, the hype from content creators, we had some great stuff, we had some small stuff, but for something that just wasn't there. I did a community post about it, go talk about it there, but I've been wanting to talk about Sigmar myself because I'm really excited for it. I think it's going to straight up just be a better game than 40k mechanically, and in general fantasy is more popular than sci-fi. Kind of depends on what particular type of media you're talking about, and actually if you count superheroes as sci-fi then whoops. But basically it's a big thing. I'm really excited for it. I'm happy for a new game, a somewhat more new player friendly game. Yeah, I'm really excited for Sigmar. However, I haven't had anything I can really say about it because I can't really talk about either 40k or Sigmar as any sort of authority, but what I can do is do the legwork for you. So let's talk points costs for your Spearhead boxes. Let's dive in. Now, just to clarify, Spearhead is its own game format that does not require points, does not require list building. You buy one of these and then you're in. Cool. The points in the box do not matter. The rules designers have done things within the game that mean that you don't need to care about the points. However, that's great. That means if you want to play Spearhead, just go buy a box. Look at which army looks coolest, buy that one. Done. And now I'm thinking, okay, great, I'm happy with that when it comes to Spearhead, but I want to think about the main game, because yes, I do intend to play a bit of Spearhead, no doubt, but I want to play the main game, right? Like, that's where the big community is, that's what I want to be a part of. I'm playing Sigmar for the community and the cool models, not because I really super duper want the nitty gritty 2k feeling or Spearhead feeling, right? I want the community, and the community is at 2k competitive. Cool. So that means if I'm a noob looking at Sigmar, and I want to buy a Spearhead box maybe, because that's where you start any faction, always with the Spearhead. How's it looking? How bad is it going to be? Do I need to buy a Spearhead and a cool model and I'm done? Do I need to buy 4 Spearheads, 6 big models, a bunch more troops, etc.? So anyway, let's take a look, shall we? Let's just go straight down the points. I've done this graphic for you because it seemed more interesting than just an Excel spreadsheet. So we have Stormcast Eternals at 920 points. That is our second highest number, just throwing it out there so that you can prep yourself. If they're the highest number, what do you think is going to be the highest? Drop a comment. Which is the coolest looking army for Age of Sigmar? That's the comment I want to know. Yeah. I would do the double hello thing, but as you can tell, I'm not in my normal surroundings and I do not have that noise. So just, hey, if you're a subscriber to my channel, you like what I'm doing here, have a double hello. There's no sound with that. It's cool. You and me, we're gangster. Okay, so Stormcast Eternals, 920. We then have the Idoneth Deepkin at 610, the Ossiarch Bone Reapers at 810, which I was actually really surprised about. I guess their normal troops are quite expensive. I don't know. We have the Sylvaneth at 690. We have the Maggotkin of Nurgle at 690, the Flesh Eater Courts at 660, the Carodran Overlords at 740, and the Ogre Tribes at 990. Ogre Tribes are the most expensive. Yeah, there you go, 990. Which, by the way, is mad. That means your full 2,000 point list is just 2 boxes of Spearhead, and these are what, 87.50, and I know you can get it 20% off, so we're looking at what, 70 quid? Having a full army for 140 quid isn't bad, let's be honest. I mean, I personally don't like the Ogre Tribes, but whatever, That's, who cares? Right, we then get the Gloomspite gets at 610. The Soulblight Gravelords at 750. The Cities of Sigmar at 570. The Sons of Behemat at 420. I've got them there because when you go to the GW website and you search Spearhead, this comes up. I would not consider them a Spearhead, but whatever, they're there. You can if you want. We then get the Daughters of Cain at 650, the Lumineth Realm Lords at 550, the Seraphon at 720, the Night Haunt at 610. Now, I have recently bought the Seraphon and the Lumineth Realm Lords, and with both of these, sorry, I'll come back to this. I will finish the list. For those of you out there, I will finish the list. There you go. So we've got the Blades of Cain at 730, the Hedonites of Slanesh at 590, the Slaves to Darkness at 700, and finally the Disciples of Tzeentch at 640. Now, factions not included, Iron Jaws, they don't have a Spearhead. Cruel Boys don't have a Spearhead and won't because they're going. Beasts of Chaos don't have a Spearhead and they're going. Cruel Boys, I said Cruel Boys, didn't I? I meant Bone Splitters for what I just said. Cruel Boys should have a Spearhead, but they're not here, don't know why. Presumably they are down for maintenance. Somebody in my Discord mentioned they're 740 points, which is fine, cool. If you like that type of orc, they're there. And presumably we will be getting an Iron Jaws Spearhead at some point, but we don't know what it will be, obviously. And Fire Slayers don't have a Spearhead. Now, I don't know if that's because they normally do have a Spearhead, but it's just not on the site, much like Cruel Boys, or if they actually do not have a Spearhead, which is weird because obviously we just had Rob from the Honest Wargamer do his kind of faction pack breakdown for the Fire Slayers, and they look mental. And then all over Twitter, I'm seeing lots of people doing the meme of I've always been a Fire Slayers player, so I assume that they are very, very good, and we will be seeing a lot of them, which is good because as an army to paint, there's zero effort. They're a dip army. If you have army painter dip, you can just dip them and they're done. Anyway, cool. With that said, I just want to quickly touch on the Spearheads that I have and how I feel about them. So that's Lumineth Realm Lords, Seraphon, Cities of Sigmar, Slaves to Darkness, Disciples of Tzeentch. There you go. So first up, Lumineth Realm Lords at 550 points makes them. Are they the lowest? Obviously, I'm not counting the Man Crushers. Yes, Lumineth Realm Lords. That is the lowest point Spearhead, but it's not you get a lot of models in there, and that actually makes me very concerned for the Lumineth as an army, because I know my playstyle. I'm not good at games, okay? And when I have a fragile army, which this points level implies Lumineth are going to be, I know that I personally don't much care for the vibe of just having to pull your models off the board. And it looks like Lumineth are going to be a bit of a horde army, quite frankly. So that's going to be painful for me. Yeah, there you go. Or perhaps these are just some really undercosted units. Who knows? Seraphon. Now, when I bought the Seraphon army Spearhead, before I picked it up, I actively complained to people and saying, you get 14 models. What is this? So, whilst this is pretty decent, above average at least, points value for your money, it's like no models. So from a hobby perspective, you're not really getting much to play with. But also, I don't like hobby, so that's a good thing, right? Well, yeah, but really, I want them to give me lots of plastic, but I only need to put a little bit of plastic on the table. There you go. So it is what it is what it is. We then go to, what do we got? We got, where can I find them? I do like Stormcast Eternals, by the way, as well. Just throwing that out there. I don't have that particular Yndrasta box because I never got Spearhead. I didn't get the Chariot either. But I would happily buy that. Yeah, in fact, if I get into Spearhead and Sigmar in general, I probably will, because they're gangster. After I've done the Skaven type box, so basically never. Also, I bring me with Sylvaneth. I like Sylvaneth. That is not enough models for me to buy it or play that faction. I like Quadrant Overlords. Hell yeah, they're rocking. Nighthaunt, no. Daughters of Cain. Where? Ah, Cities of Sigmar. So 570, 550, guys, chapesses, chapai. I've really screwed up my Spearhead and faction aesthetic enjoying thing. I love the Lumineth Realm Lords, the classic high elves that you could easily, like I just earlier today saw a beautiful kind of wood elf paint scheme on them. Absolutely love the aesthetic of what they did with the Lumineth Realm Lords. And now, the Cities of Sigmar, that's still a lot of models and not a lot of points. So, that's a thing. I don't know what. I just wanted the normal human dudes, and that's the Cities of Sigmar. But they're not, I guarantee you, I know, they are not a faction I would enjoy the playstyle of. So why did I get them? Because I get too excited, that's why. And then we have Slaves to Darkness and Disciples of Tzeentch. So I actually quite like my Disciples of Tzeentch because I've gone with a funky underspray zenithal, which is going to look gangster, let me tell you that, if I ever paint them, which I won't. So ignore what I just said. But yeah, you know, I really like the Tzeentch, and I really like the Khorne of Warhammer. They are the two kind of chaos armies that really speak to me. So I will probably at some point get the Khorne dudes as well here. But yeah, big fan. That's again a lot of models, and I think the Zangor look terrible. They're bad models, so I don't know what I was thinking when I got them. But the Kyrek Acolytes more than make up for it. Kyrek Acolytes are beautiful models, love them. I mean, half-naked dudes, right? Amazing. We then get the Slaves to Darkness. These are the cool dudes. These are the Stormcast, but bad. You know, yeah, I think these guys are great. Absolutely think they're awesome. Do they look better than Stormcast? I'm going to say no, but that's a contentious one. That's one for r/unpopular opinion, okay? Because I think that in general, most people probably do prefer the evil-looking Chaos Warriors, because I think that's a really iconic thing that they managed to upgrade 2-3 years ago, and they did a really good job of upgrading it. However, if you take a step back, it is kind of just, hey, put some spikes on it. It's like, oh, okay, so like they were good and then they turned evil, and to exemplify that, they said, yeah, man, give me some spikes. Oh, okay, yeah, do you want anything else? Do you want anything else to kind of identify you? And nah, spike me up, man. That's all I need. Which, you know, I guess, cool. But yeah, anyway, cool. All right, well, there you go. What do you think? Which of these are now standing out to you? Honestly, after I've seen the points, I think I would reevaluate my my Spearhead choices. Ossiarch Bone Reapers at 810 are speaking to me. Stormcast, obviously. Soulblight Gravelords, because you can run those, I believe, pretty not hordes. You can go more the monster route. Vengari, something like that, which could be cool. Quadrant Overlords. I'm kind of seeing online that apparently they're like a really nasty Alpha Strike army with their shooting, which, I don't know, I don't want to be nasty, so maybe that's not for me, but I do like dwarves. No, I don't. I take it back. Maybe not then. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Blades of Khorne I will probably pick up one day. Cool. Alright. Well, there you go. I hope you've enjoyed this little Spearhead points cost chat. I certainly did. I'm excited for Age of Sigmar, and I hope that with all of these faction releases coming out now, I will actually have a chance to talk about it, sit down with you all. I'm really looking forward to Scaventide when that comes out, and certainly once I've got that in hand and I'm back and in my new place, I intend to start kind of streaming my hobby time, my painting again, and it will almost certainly be painting that up. Yeah, Cool. All right, well, thank you. Hey, if you made it to the end of the video, I would like to give you a soundless triple hello. Wow, wasn't that incredibly wholesome? Although without the sound, it doesn't feel so wholesome. I'm going to be honest, even to give it, and I imagine to receive. We all love receiving though. All right, thanks very much, everybody. Spearhead, woo!